Hi there, viewers. Did you know that domesticated dogs have been our faithful and loyal companions for well over 30,000 years? Studies in archaeogenetics have determined that domesticated dogs have been selectively bred by and lived alongside humans since the Stone Age. This long and enriching history between mankind and dogkind has truly earned them the title of man's best friend, and so it's only natural that you, as a loving owner, would wish to spoil them with anything and everything they could ever want. However, what also comes in tandem with this partnership is responsibility. Of course, you should always ensure that their diet is healthy. But you'd be surprised at what foods are actually poisonous for your best friend that are, in fact, healthy for us. Today's video will help you recognize and understand why some of the more common foodstuffs you eat should never be fed to your faithful friend. We are going to talk about 9 toxic foodstuffs for dogs you should avoid. Number 1. Chocolate. Just as with us foolish humans, the scent of a freshly unwrapped piece of chocolate is a heavenly one for our canine companions, and it will cause them to turn their soulful, begging eyes upon you for even just a little taste. Resist those eyes and the urge to slip them a piece. You would literally be killing them with kindness. While the sugar content by itself would be unhealthy for your dog, chocolate contains a chemical called theobromine, which can be lethal for your pooch. Experts state that just 20 milligrams of chocolate per kilogram of your dog's total weight can be hazardous to your dog's health. If your dog ingests chocolate, you can expect your poor pooch to vomit, suffer from pains in the stomach and belly, and to have diarrhea, while also potentially suffering from dehydration in the process. The most severe side effects can even lead to death. And what's even worse is that the unsweetened and darker options of chocolate, such as plain and baking, are even more hazardous due to their higher concentrations of cocoa powder. A rule of thumb to remember is that the darker the chocolate, the more dangerous it is for your pooch. Number 2. Caffeine. You may not think that your cappuccino, or your cup of nice, hot tea would not be dangerous for your furry buddy, but caffeine is closely related to theobromine, the same dangerous chemical that's found in chocolate. Caffeine is a stimulant, and it has a much greater effect on dogs than it does on us humans. If too much caffeine has been ingested, your best friend could suffer from respiratory failure or arrhythmia, which could be fatal. Even minor levels of caffeine can cause various issues. Sadly, there have been reports about beloved pets passing on due to caffeine. It takes just 1 milligram per kilogram of your dog's total weight to be dangerous. As you can imagine, even a few licks are completely off the table. Sorry, Fido. Number 3. Toothpaste, candies, and gums. Toothpaste, various types of candies, and chewing/bubble gums may sound like an eclectic mix, but all three contain a common ingredient that is incredibly dangerous to dogs: a sugary alcohol called xylitol. A dog's consumption of any product containing xylitol will cause their pancreas to release a massive dose of insulin into their bloodstream, quickly causing hypoglycemia within a very short time frame. Death by liver damage and failure is the ultimate, unfortunate result. But I'm sure you're asking yourself, how do I keep my buddy's choppers clean then? Good news! Numerous companies have produced animal-friendly kinds of toothpaste that do not have any dangerous chemicals in them. Before we continue on with our list, here's a video recommendation you may find morbidly fascinating: 11 foods that can kill you. Number 4. Yeast dough. Eating raw dough is never a good idea for anyone, but it is especially dangerous for your dog, as the yeast in the dough is still alive, it's still fermenting and producing alcohol. Now, imagine this process occurring in your poor pooch's stomach. That's not all, the dough would also expand inside of the stomach itself, leading to severe bloating and digestive issues. The additional pressure caused by the expanding dough would also affect the other internal organs too. Always ensure that raw dough is kept out of your best friend's reach. A single slip-up could have dire consequences. Have you found this list informative and helpful so far? Before you continue watching, please consider subscribing to our channel for more content like this, and remember to hit the bell icon to stay up to date with notifications. Number 5. Alcohol. This one may seem like a no-brainer, but did you know alcohol can be found not just in conventional drinks, but also in oral hygiene products like mouthwashes, those perfumes and aftershaves that you love so much, a variety of paints and solvents, and many types of household cleaning products. Even the minutest amount of ingested alcohol can be lethal for your dog. According to experts, 8 milligrams of 100% proof alcohol per kilogram of your pooch's total weight is strong enough to kill in just 12 to 24 hours after they've swallowed it. Number 6. Avocados. Avocado is a superfood for us humans. We literally enjoy it in everything. However, no matter how tasty and healthy this fruit is for us, it is unfortunately extremely toxic to our four-legged friends. Much like in the coca leaves used in making chocolate, avocados harbor their own toxin, called persin. This dangerous toxin is found everywhere in the avocado, such as the flesh and the normally discarded pit. Fortunately for us humans, this toxin has no effect on our biology. But if your best buddy eats any part of the fruit or its plant, expect dire consequences indeed. It'll accumulate fluid in their lungs and chest, which would eventually cause death by respiratory failure. Oh, and to top it all off, the pit is also a possible choking hazard. So, the next time you have a craving for guacamole or smoothed up avocado mash on toast, make sure to ensure that your buddy doesn't sneak a chunk away from you. Number 7. Garlic, onion, and leeks. Onions, garlic, and leeks all belong to the same family of plants, and whether they are used whole or just as ingredients in some shape or form, they are often used in many of the foods we enjoy. They're all saturated in the same toxin that's dangerous to dogs, called N-propyl disulfide. N-propyl disulfide attaches itself to the oxygen molecules carried by your pooch's red blood cells, and this causes the cells to become damaged through oxidative stress, leading your friend to suffer from anemia, exhaustion, red to brown discolored urine, an irregular heart rate, pale gums, renal damage, and possible death. If your dog has been poisoned by N-propyl disulfide, your vet would need to do as much as possible to quickly reduce the amount of the toxin in your dog's system. The most frightening aspect of N-propyl disulfide poisoning is that it only takes 0.5% of their total body weight in kilograms for poisoning to occur. So, it's best to reconsider slipping your pet a chunk of your cold breakfast pizza as you're rushing off to work. Number 8. Grapes, raisins, and sultanas. Grapes, raisins, and sultanas are horrifyingly toxic to our four-legged friends, and the most disturbing thing is that no one can discover exactly why they're so toxic. But one thing that is definitely known is that it takes just under 0.0015 milligrams to cause life-threatening poisoning and renal failure. In fact, a study reviewed 180 reports of grape-related toxicity in dogs, and some were found to have sadly passed on after ingesting just a few raisins. If you're currently munching on grapes, sultanas, or raisins in any shape or form, keep them clear away from your buddy, no matter how much their eyes beg you. Number 9. Salt. The typical human diet in these modern times often contains a lot of salt. It has become an important aspect of our diet no matter the culture or region of the world you live in. Unfortunately for our canine companions, the often unhealthy levels of salt in our diet are not meant to be handled by their bodies, so salt poisoning is a very real, unintentional consequence. It takes just 4 g of salt for poisoning to occur. So, if you're slipping your buddy a few kernels of your favorite popcorn, or tossing them a pretzel or two while watching a movie, think again. Did you already know about any of these dangerous foods for man's best friend? Do you have any more to add? Let us know in the comments below. And remember, sharing is caring. Send this video to your fellow dog lovers and spread awareness. Did you enjoy our list? Hit like, share, and subscribe to DyboDom.